As a Jew and half Israeli, I was severely shocked by the attack of October 7th. But what shocked me almost just as much was that immediately after the assault, activists on American campuses wasted no time to deny, justify, and even celebrate it. As a college student myself, I've personally seen my fair share of it on my campus. No less than 4 days into this attempted act of genocide, the MSA on campus tabled to advertise their planned protest on October 18th, handing out these flyers, providing justifications for the attack, and referring to it as a day of resistance. Walking past the table, I also heard them say, "Support the resistance, don't be brainwashed by the media, support our protest." The message seems to suggest that the media lied and fabricated the atrocities of October 7th. And let's be real, it's probably because they think the Jews control the media or something like that. In the following days, they stepped up their advertising for the pending protest. These are some of the flyers they posted all over campus. As you can see, they were already referring to it as a genocide just 10 days into the war, despite the fact that Israel hadn't even invaded the Gaza Strip in retaliation yet. They said resistance is justified when people are occupied, explicitly endorsing the October 7th attack, and put a cartoon repeating the trope that Jews censor and control the media. By the way, this drawing was actually made by a political cartoonist named Carlos Latov, who won second place in an international contest in Iran about mocking the Holocaust, and he accepted the prize. The Socialist Club also endorsed the pending protest, saying that they are horrified by the violence and genocidal rhetoric towards Palestinians, without any mention of the Israelis who were harmed just 10 days prior at the time. Just as a side point, notice how they associate Palestinians as a whole with the October 7th attack, justifying it as Palestinian resistance, but then simultaneously accuse individuals they identify as Zionists of genocidal rhetoric for supposedly associating Palestinians as a whole with the October 7th attack. Anyways, here's what the protests actually looked like.
Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine! From the river to the sea! From the river to the sea! Palestine will be free! Palestine will be free! From the river to the sea! From the river to the sea! Palestine will be free! Palestine will be free! Israel has got to go! Israel has got to go! Israel, you can't hide! Israel, you can't hide! You're committing genocide! You're committing genocide! Say it clear! Say it loud, say it clear! We don't want Zionists here! We don't want Zionists here! Say it loud, say it clear! Say it loud, say it clear! We don't want Zionists here! We don't want Zionists here! Cease fire now! Cease fire now! Cease fire now! Cease fire now!
By the way, I'm not exactly sure how they identify Zionists because they don't make that very clear. But to be honest, my best guess is that they mean any Jew who disagrees with them for supporting Hamas and the October 7th massacre. I don't have this on video, but they also endorsed the chant, "Settlers, settlers, go back home, Palestine is ours alone," and the Arabic version of "From the river to the sea," which actually translates to "Palestine will be Arab" instead of "Palestine will be free," essentially calling to replace Israel with an Arab ethno-state that excludes Jews. So, if you will, I'm just trying to understand. If they don't want us here on campus, and they don't want us in Israel, then where the hell do you want us to go? I'm not sure, but I'll leave you to interpret that one however you please. But mind you, they're saying all this less than 2 weeks following the largest massacre of Jews since the Holocaust. In response to concerns from my campus's Hillel over anti-Semitism at their protests, they put out a statement saying Hillel's so-called concerns and accusations of anti-Semitic or anti-Jewish chants should be taken with a microscopic grain of salt. I don't even know what to say. Imagine if a club on campus was accused of being discriminatory towards blacks, and their response was that their so-called concerns or accusations of racist or anti-black behavior should be taken with a microscopic grain of salt. Or even worse, what if it was a police station that referred... Well, okay, never mind. That one was going too far. The following May, they also set up an encampment when the area was planned to be used for a big Jewish block party, which hardly seems to be a coincidence. They also had a sign saying, "Wolfie hates Zionists," with Wolfie being our mascot. Notice how, again, they don't just criticize the Israeli government, but they explicitly express hatred towards individuals who they identify as Zionists, which they never clearly define. My friends have also reported being verbally harassed and spat on at the encampment. More recently, last January, an event called Building Bridges, Understanding the Middle East Conflict was disrupted on my campus because one of the two speakers is a former Israeli soldier. Usually authoritarians are smart enough to pose as free speech absolutists before gaining the power to silence their opponents, but then you have these guys who try to have it both ways. They simultaneously complain about their free speech being censored and violated while shutting down other people. Anyways, if all that isn't enough evidence to convince you that SJP is pro-Hamas, then here you go, I guess. The USG and several clubs on campus also accepted a BDS resolution that was drafted by SJP, which made many of my fellow Jewish peers feel excluded and betrayed.